what is it called? The perceived dilemma of choice. Women will swipe like 16,000 times to go on 10 dates. They believe that all those men they swiped left on, they're better than those men, and they could get those men to commit long term. They think because they fucked a 10, they can get a 9 to commit. Because they fucked a Drake, they think that the VIP house that they're dating would commit. And it's not real because what...
You argue that it's one of those things like only the strong survive, or the strong will prevail, the smart ones, the ones that want to go out there and want to actually procure a wife and children, those men will then prevail.
If you are aware of that, or if you are one of those men, good for you. That works out. moamentoring.com. If you're one of those people or want to become one of those people. For a society in general, in total, no. It's not good. The problem that happens is you can see there's studies that show in polygynous societies versus monogamous societies. In monogamous societies, there's less violence because the men in the lowest quartile still get one wife. In polygynous societies, the men in the lowest quartile get no sex whatsoever, and so they strap bombs to themselves. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference, and that's why you see
what happened. Like, see how powerful women are.
I agree. Yes. So this is the way. You remember I had home math on. By the way, I wish there was a way you guys could have home math on. It would be fucking hilarious.
We'll have to see about maybe doing some sort. Maybe we should all come back.
Yeah, home math. He says it like this, and I agree with him totally. There's 15% of men up here who are like just crushing it with women. Some people say 10% or 5%. Then there's all women, and then there's the bottom 85% of men. These bottom 85% of men are chasing the women, and these women are chasing these top 15% of men. And so people say women have it easy. It's like, no, women don't have it easy. They have it easier, but they don't have it easy. The men at the top have it easiest. They're the ones that have it easy.
I would argue that women, we're born with our power, and men need to create theirs.
Okay, Myron.
So that is not Myron's thing that he says.
Yeah, Myron does say that. He said women are born with their value, and men have to become.
Okay, well, I'm not quoting. It makes me a little angry. I hate to even say that word, but like I'm sitting here right now as like, you know, a good looking lady, if you will, if I toot my own horn. But I had to like create myself in this image. I had to go buy boobs.
Yeah.
Going to the gym. You know, I've had liposuction. I've had multiple lip lifts. I've had things done on my face. I'm straightening my hair. I'm putting on makeup. I feel it is really tough for me as a lady to be like, well, you know, those men at the bottom everyone should get a lady too. Like, you guys have to
but that's not your concern.
They have to work towards.
Yeah, what was it? Jen Rufo said, your is not my concern. Something like that when I brought this up to her. It's like, these men's are not my concern.
My boyfriend's wouldn't even be my own concern. Like, I can't control it.
So I understand from a macro standpoint, that's not your concern. But from a macro standpoint, I look at the world and I'm like, where are we headed? Are we headed to points of like these men committing acts of violence? Like,
that's what I think about. I think that it's personally, do we care about ending up like, how are these guys feeling? No, but on a larger scale, something's happening to boys. Something's happening to make them feel emasculated or not important, or like they don't have a purpose. And if you're telling, and I think a lot of that happened, like, you know, I think throughout history we overcorrect. Yeah. And I think with like a feminist thing, there was an overcorrection, and then we swing into this. How many videos you can see? Well, I don't need a fucking man because this, them. You know, giving this message that men are useless, and at some point this is going to be ingrained in boys' heads. They don't have a value unless they have this or that. And like you said, somewhere down the line, it's going to get to the point where more social catastrophes are happening because people don't feel a purpose and they don't feel capable.
So 60% of college enrollees are female. 68% of the graduates, I believe, are female.
It's more women now.
And so what happens is now we have an educated group of women, and they're looking for a men on their level to date, and that group of men is so small. Yeah. That group of men is like, you understand, you're in the top 17% of men if you make $100,000 a year, which would not even make you through 3 months in Beverly Hills, right? And then you're also in the top 1% of men if you're 6'3". You're in the top 14% of men if you're 6 feet tall, but that's all they want. They don't want 100K or 6 feet tall. They want 100K and 6 feet tall. So that's 0.17 times 0.14, which equals 2.3% of men they have to choose from.
This is like what I think of. I moved back to Chicago after being in LA for almost 8 years, and I look at my parents, and they're wonderful. And they met in high school. And my mom raised us. She had us very young. She stayed home and raised us. My dad was a parts salesman and a mechanic. And then now, you know, fast forward a bunch of years, he's a fire chief. And I saw, and my mom got her degree and got her master's. She was a teacher. She just retired. And I grew up seeing that trajectory of like really hardworking, loving people that were together. And I don't see that anywhere anymore. And I think that as a society, or at least Western culture, has shit on that concept.
Yeah.
And when I know it doesn't work out for everyone, but when I see that and I had a role model in my mom as being a mother. And then when she could leave the house and go to school because we were growing up a little, she did that. But my dad consistently worked his way up. Both of them were dirt poor. And like seeing that, but they're not rich. They don't have to have.
Sure.
My dad, to appeal to my mom, doesn't have to make $250,000 a year, but he always supported her however he could, and he worked really hard. And I feel like, I don't know if this is a tangent, but I feel like people aren't willing to work really hard anymore, men. And like to see when a man works really hard, like tradesmen to me are attractive. If you like bust your ass in a manual labor, or a guy who knows how to fix something at the house, that to me is more attractive than a doctor. I'm not. I know maybe I'm the outlier, but I'm not saying, oh, I want to be poor, but you can fix the light bulb.
So you're looking at competency, like your ancestors would have. There was no money in the ancestral period. What they would have looked out for was the best carpenter, the best protection, fortification builder, the best hunter. You know what I'm saying, and the best warrior. Those were the people that would
and
show
they had
competency.
Secure jobs. If you have a job with those things, and you like whether you're union or not, but you're a tradesman and you get good money.
Yeah.
And it's honest, and you're a real person, and you don't. There's such a beauty when I live in a suburb in the Midwest, and I see people don't care about the things that people care about in LA. And you see just like families, and my friends at the new gym are like moms, but they're cool and they're funny, and I like being with them. And I like seeing like their dads, their husbands, their firemen, or they work here. I like that, and I feel like we kind of like look down on that.
Yeah.
And I think that there's something wrong. I think that there's something that could be extrapolated from that there's something wrong.
Yeah, I think when you give women and men, what is it called? The perceived dilemma of choice. Women will swipe like 16,000 times to go on 10 dates. They believe that all those men they swiped left on, they're better than those men, and they could get those men to commit long term. They think because they f***ed a 10, they can get a 9 to commit. Because they f***ed a Drake, they think that the VIP house that they're dating would commit. And it's not real, because if you were to explain that one thing that would help women the most is the difference between short-term dating and long-term dating. And what men are looking for in long-term dating, what they're looking for short-term dating. And when you look on Instagram or OnlyFans, you're just seeing short-term dating attributes. When you see long-term dating attributes, they're completely different arena. But yeah, like what you said, I agree. This is something, my favorite interview of all time, Dr. Buss, when he came on my show, we talked about when women give non-contextual images of their breasts or whatever, men are like, that's awesome. Even if one of your female friends who had really nice sent you a picture of your boobs, you're not going to be mad about that. No one's mad about getting pictures of nice boobs. No one's upset. You might be confused, but you're never going to be mad about it. If my friend sent me a picture of his dick, I would have a problem with that. Okay? And the thing is, like, even if I was gay, I'd be like, that's just a non-contextual dick. The thing is, men, because they can be stimulated by non-contextual images of sexual imagery, that's why porn is so pervasive. And it's not just heterosexual men, homosexual men also, the same thing. The majority of pornography is consumed by men, gay or straight, because it's a male thing, because of heavy amounts of testosterone, which allow you to have non-contextual sex. I love sex with my girlfriend because I love her, but I've had sex before when my girlfriend was someone I didn't love, and that was also fun, but it went in a different way. Just like peanut butter tastes good and ice cream tastes good. They have nothing to do with each other. It's the same thing. So that's part of the situation. The reason why I bring this up is with OnlyFans, now you have created contextual porn. Does that make sense? Which is good in a way because you're meeting a need, but it's also bad because when you think about a guy and he, jerks off in the shower to porn, that's totally non-contextual, right? I know Madison Ivy, and she doesn't give a shit about you. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I don't mean to be mean. I know that she doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Amanda Nicole did not wake up. She doesn't care.
Right. Yeah.
She's not your friend.
It's
she's not
happening with
or without you. Yeah, like Nikki Benz did not. She's not
cheering you on.
She's not trying to have a relationship with you.
Yeah.